Welcome back to the studio, slightly different angle. Today I want to talk about morning pages, but more specifically about how this little notebook has become a really interesting complement to what goes in here. It's been a month basically since I rebooted my morning pages. I'd let it slip. Julia Cameron's wonderful journaling system that you do in the morning, as is the name suggests, and you just write freely for 3 sides of paper, preferably US letter paper, she recommends. But I've come back to using A5 paper, which is what I was doing when I started. And that is going really well. I can say that after 1 month, I'm so happy. I've got it in this nice notebook, a Sakura A5 notebook. I'm loving writing with my Quaco Sport pen. Someone did ask me about the width of the nib, and I don't actually know, but it's that wide, if that helps. And it's going really well. It's going really well. And I had an interesting sort of realization about how it's changed this morning when I was having my coffee. But first, I'll just tell you about how my morning pages has changed, and then I'll tell you about how this little guy has become an important part of it. First things first, I mean, I am now quite regularly doing it in bed when I wake up to stop me grabbing my phone. I'm looking for my phone now. It's really good that I can't actually hear it is. To stop me grabbing this first thing is what I often do. And the worst thing you can ever do is check your social media and check the news. Imagine looking at the front page of the news first thing in the morning. Isn't the front page of the newspaper is never going to be something reassuring, is it? It's always going to be something quite alarming to make you, well, it does wake you up, I suppose. So that is going really well. I keep this beside the bed, I pick it up, and I generally, when my vision's cleared enough for me to write, I will do my 3 sides of A5 in here. So far, so good. That's going really well. Interestingly though, what I've realised now after a month of rebooting it, there is a consistent pattern in what I'm writing in here, and it's tending to be more of a regular journal, if you like, in some ways. And what I mean by that is, and this will be interesting to hear your experiences, is when I started morning pages, really embracing the idea that, you know, you write very freely and you write whatever comes into your head without judgment. You just write, it just all comes out. And a lot of times in the morning, my head would just be a jumble of thoughts, associations, things I heard outside the window, the dog snoring, all that kind of stuff. And I would just dump it all down. And what I found is the first page and a half is often quite deliberate, and you're thinking about it. And then somewhere on the middle of the second side of paper, it would all just kind of loosen up and it would become more sort of stream of consciousness. And consequently, a lot of the times just, you know, madness, if you know what I mean, like not very decipherable. Well, decipherable is not the right word, but not particularly coherent, just a stream of associations, sometimes just onomatopoeia, you know, just like sounds, you know, and all sorts of stuff, which is beautifully creative. And I've previously talked about how I found that quite liberating and kind of freed me up creatively. And that's definitely the case, and I don't change that. And I haven't consciously aimed to change the way I write my morning pages or what I write in my morning pages. It's just that I found that it's become a lot more of me processing something that's in my head. It might even be something that came up in a dream or something that was on my mind before I went to bed. And actually now I can read these entries almost like journal entries, actually, by and large, and they tend to be relatively coherent. I'm not getting that kind of like stream of consciousness which is almost kind of garbled thoughts. That's not really the case. And somebody might say, well, that's because you're using A5 and not was it called A4 letter US or B5 in the UK. The more you write, the more that happens. But when I started, certainly for the first, I think it was at least the first month, maybe 2 months, I was writing on A5, and that was definitely the case quite early on, actually. So it's interesting how it's evolved in that way. But they are still morning pages style journal entries, if you know what I mean. There's not a lot, I'm not thinking about it, I'm just putting it down. It's just coming out, I'm putting it down. It's just, that's the way it's coming out. And I was thinking about something that I'd written in here this morning, all on a theme. I won't say what it is because it's, you know, it's private if you like, but it was all on a theme about something in my life, and nothing heavy actually in some ways, but in some ways quite profound. And what I found was when I sat down to have my coffee, and I've got the second one here at the moment. When I sat down to have my coffee and just write in my pocket notebook, which is really anything can go in here, basically, pretty much anything can go in here. And it's just the notebook I carry around with me, and I write in this every day. Sometimes it might just be a line or two. There's no particular purpose as such. Yeah, it will be stuff that I'm thinking about, things I've seen, ideas I'm getting, all sorts of stuff will go in here. You all know, you keep a pocket notebook. It's just you write down whatever you want to write down at the time. But also sometimes it's got a kind of utility to it because you know it's going to be with you. So some of my walk planning might go in here, some notes for later on, that kind of thing. Anything goes in here. And as I was having my coffee, that's often when I'll put down some thoughts, if they come to me while I'm having coffee. And I was writing about what I'd written in my morning pages, really just putting a note in here that, oh, some good stuff in my morning pages today. It's a particular date today is all I say. It relates to a particular date. And just as a reminder, really, go and have a look at your morning pages for that day because it's decent. And then I started reflecting on what I'd written about that particular important event in my life in my morning pages. And I realised, yeah, it's a kind of now quite regularly a secondary processing happening in my pocket notebook that is quite distinct from what I write in my morning pages. That's just the get it all out there. This is on my mind, so I'm going to put it down. But actually what goes in here is what I really think about that and what it might mean, any kind of insights I'm getting from it upon reflecting on what I'd written. And the other thing which I think is really interesting as well about that process is quite often what's going in my morning pages, what's led to it is actually in here in the evening, you know. So I'll take this to the pub with me, for example, which is another place I love. One of the reasons I love going to the pub, apart from the obvious one, but one of the reasons is, you know, you have a beer, you relax a little bit, and you just kind of process things. And some of my most important processing, I was going to say some of my most important thoughts, but some of my most important processing happens in here. And it's one of the reasons I often like to go to the pub on my own, sit in a corner with a book, sup my pint, and have a bit of a think. And what comes out of that thinking goes in my pocket notebook. And then what I'm seeing now is a correlation between what's going in here one day and then what's coming out in my pocket notebook, what's coming out in my morning pages the next day, which is kind of fascinating. So now these two books I'm seeing have a relationship which they didn't have before. My morning pages was a distinct thing. It was just this kind of stream of consciousness, this kind of word porridge that just kind of like was all over the page. And then this was kind of more considered thoughts. But as this has become a little bit more coherent, there is a kind of value in thinking about it, which is happening in here. And so it's almost like the kind of, the secondary processing stage of the ideas or the thoughts or the release of things that's happening in my morning pages. So they actually kind of work side by side. And I'm really enjoying it. I'm finding it really helpful. I never want this to become useful. It's just a thing. It's just a kind of means to clear the mind. I've made other videos where I talk about the amazing benefits of morning pages, and that's more so the case. Now I'm doing it pretty much every day. And the days I've only missed because they were at weekends. They were little weekends and I was doing something with my wife and she was waiting for me. She gets up a lot earlier than me and she was going, come on, we need to go. And I can't say, give me half an hour to do my morning pages. Although I used to when I started actually, and she was fine about it. But now I think, okay, I'm doing it every day, and the benefits of kind of like what it means for my mental health, and just starting the day the right way, which again is useful for your mental health. Also, you could say it's good for your productivity as well. Not that I'm doing it for that reason, but starting the day well is well, need you explain why starting the day well is a good idea, but doing it before I have my coffee, and actually I'm realizing now is you can almost say pre-coffee, post-coffee. Right, a lot quicker in this. So it is really interesting to me the way that these two books now talk to each other in a way they didn't before. And that's, a year into my morning pages journey. This is year 2 of morning pages. that is quite an interesting shift that's happening. I don't know if it will carry on that way, but I do love the way that there's a conversation happening in these notebooks here, which I really love, Thanks for watching, and yeah, look forward to seeing you on the next page.